Track number 4 on the album is Feeling Back.
It originated from you going to Primavera because Ryan flew away to Primavera and was like, fuck this, I'm going to Spain. And then he went to the festival and saw lots of amazing bands.
You just take a notion where you just need to leave and go somewhere, irresponsible as it might be. It was a bit of that. But the lineup was really good. I went with some really great friends. And I just remember seeing, it might have been seeing like, I don't know, maybe Arcade Fire, or like one of the bigger bands in the bill. And just the power of like, that many people all just shouting and hitting stuff and playing synths and running around. I think it was like the basic chord structure, maybe some of the riffs, maybe a bit of the lyrics and lyric melodies. I can't really remember what happened when I brought it to you.
Well, I remember because it makes me laugh now when I think about it, right. Because story of my life, my inbox is constantly full of like little demos and ideas that Ryan has. So he's, working in the studio and then he'll stay an hour and put together a vibe and be like, Jane, what do you think of this vibe? And like
just putting out them vibes.
Just putting out them vibes. So I had I think there was 3 songs when you came back. You were like, I love Primavera. I've written these 3 songs and I sent them to you. And what was the bones of the Feeling Back was like my least favorite because it was like pure indie, like fast drums, very guitar-y. And I was just like, that's not that exciting to me. But it was just there was no vocals on it, it was just the instruments, I guess, and the vibe. And then when we were in the studio kind of working stuff out, and I was like, I have ideas for this and this. And you were saying, what do you think about that song? And I was like, I don't know, I don't rate it. And you were like, hold on, I have like a melody or whatever. And you sang the verse or whatever over it, and it was like, grand, sounds cool. And then you shouted like that pre-chorus riff, that da-da-da-da-da-da-da was there on like a fucking guitar, and you shouted the melody there, like I think it was different words, but you shouted it and you did that, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. That sounded so cool. So I think after that we like reconstructed it a lot. I was like, that's class, but I don't like the rest of it, so let's redo the rest of it. And I was listening to a lot of Blood Orange at the time, so I remember saying all the time, let's make it like Blood Orange. So we slowed it down and maybe changed the key a bit, put everything on synths, got some cooler synth riffs, added in some more groovy, like that kind of drop after the chorus. I remember getting that in and feeling like this is really exciting. And then we kept playing with the melodies as the more days that we were with it there. And yeah, I remember there was a day that we had the chords, the slow chorus, because they were gorgeous, and we were just playing, and I was like on my computer in the corner and like a break, and you were playing them, and then just out of blue you were like, I just don't feel like that. I want the feeling back. And I was like, again, Ryan, that's amazing. That's totally in.
That's amazing. Like the detail that you've recounted that, I do not remember. Like in my memory, it goes from I'm in Primavera and then I'm in front of a Juno and I go, I just don't feel like that. And that becomes the song. But yeah, that's great.
Well, that song to me is like the Blood Orange song.
We're definitely going through a kick at this time, like sonically, of really wanting electric pianos and Echoplexes, like old tape machines, and we're actually in the room we're in right now. Used to be Duke Special's writing room, who many of you will know, and
his ghost is still here.
He had like a white Wurlitzer electric piano, the haunted Wurlitzer we used to call it, because it didn't really work or sound very good, but it looks amazing, and would make lots of funny noises. Then it lived in Startogether for a while. I think we just sort of were playing like a lot of the intro stuff you hear, the little ding-a-ding, 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 ding-a-ding. That's just like that, and the Echoplex, like tape delay. I mean, it was probably at that point we would have ran our full mix through the Echoplex.
If we were allowed to.
We were allowed to. It was on that much. It was fun. There was a lot of like fun things, like in terms of the recording that we did. Like Richard Vandenbos drummed that song in the studio. And he had like little beer bottles. We wanted like little bits of that was really fun.
Percussion-y bits and like.
He played great on that song. And then there's a guitar in the sort of dun, 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 that section, which is just like me with like an SM58 into a fuzz pedal just going wow 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 wow.
It's actually really high in the mix, so if you listen to it, it is just Ryan going wow.
I know. I was thinking like how to recreate that sound with the guitar, and I was like I could
just record it. It was like the start of us wanting to write the album. We were like, we're writing an album, what do we want it to sound like, what are all the things that we like, and And I think everything we'd been really researching, just like listening to and like enjoying at the time kind of came together in that song in a really beautiful way. And I remember after that we would be like, let's write all the album like this song is great and it's really, really fun. And we more or less did, I think. But also I love thinking about the recording day of that song, because we hired the studio upstairs just to run wild with Wurlitzer pianos and Echoplexes, obviously. Very good use of time and money. And then we got offered to do like some weird outdoor gig, and we like during the day that was only like an hour long. It was like busking Christmas songs because it was around Christmas.
That's right, we left the
and
studio.
so we were like, that's going to pay for the studio hire, let's definitely do that. It's only an hour out of our day. And we went outside and like busked for like no money, and also it started snowing and it was like the most horrendous thing, and we both got really, really sick, and we landed back in the studio at like
actually
8
before
p.m.
that, I remember like I think there were lots of different performers all over town doing this thing. It was a thing.
I can't remember what the thing was, but it was a thing. Yeah.
And we just were standing on a street corner playing God knows what, not knowing the chords, you know, just getting through it. And like one of the guys with the hats outside the Merchant Hotel in Belfast walked across the road to be like, I'm sorry, but you really need to keep it down. We've had complaints from upstairs. Like, what a Scrooge character to, like, you know, in the mouth of Christmas to come up and tell us to. I mean, we couldn't have been that bad, but like,
I know, it doesn't fill you with much confidence in your musical ability, and you're asked to move.
It was just a funny day being in the studio, being like, yeah, this is the best, this is amazing. Like, listen to this track, and then to be, you know, told to shut up on a street corner is probably a good.
That would have been a good album name too, sure.
Yeah.
But and also I just love that because we had to stay super late because we were so cold after standing out in the snow that it took us hours to like warm up again. So I think the end of that night was literally 5 a.m. being like, fuck it, let's just put it through the Echoplex one more time and see what happens. And it worked well, but yeah, that was a bit of a nuts day as well.